Hi everyone, this is my third video for PandaHall Selected. One of the items that I received from them free for doing 3 videos, this is my third and I'm late with it, so I apologize to PandaHall Selected, was this sort of resin mold kit. It came with the cups, it came with a whole little box of these little pots of, they're like nail art sequins. It came with some finger thingies. I don't know, it came with stirrers in here, and then also these like air bubble. I guess they're like for air bubbles or something. I don't know. I have never used resin. It also came with not only all these different molds, which I showed in my unboxing for ornaments, but also looks like 4 measuring cups. So I'm going to use a measuring cup. I pulled out the ones I want to try and use for today. I might need another stir. I'm not sure. I have never done resin before. I pulled out the colors of the pots I think I want to use for the sequins. You know, you don't have to use them. I also pulled out some of my own ink refills. I'm going to try swirling some ink. This one's a purple one here. I'm going to this to me looks like a tombstone. So I'm going to try and make like a Halloween ornament and put some orange and like silver gray in along with some purple ink and see how that works. And this is like a sort of a pink red. I think it will go good with this red and green. Excuse me, for this ornament. For the star, I thought gold and sort of an iridescent, and then this one I think I'll just make blue and green. I don't know. So I may need more of these. So all I know about resin, because I watched a few videos, well, let me step back. This is the only resin I have. I have had it since I won it at a bead show sometime pre-pandemic and probably 2 years prior to pandemic. So probably like 2018 or 17 maybe even. And the hardener is actually turning a little yellow, but I'm going to go with it anyway because it's the only resin I have, and this is kind of a test for me because I've never used it before. And then the only other thing I know is you're supposed to put like equal parts, but the problem is I don't know how much I need for these molds, and I don't think I want to start with the star because I think that's going to be a little harder with all the corners. I'm going to start with the tombstone, and that may be all we do today, but on air. And I think this art resin, I watched a video of theirs, and it's more for covering your art pieces with a thin layer. They were showing huge art pieces and outdoor fence Christmas tree palette things they made. I don't know if you can use it for this kind of thing. I'm assuming so. I think I did see something about silicone molds, so we'll see. We will see. So to make this even, they did recommend wearing gloves, and so I'm going to wear gloves instead of those little fingertip things. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put a whole, like up to the 1 with the resin and then up to the 2 with the hardener and stir it. I'm going to go ahead and open these little pots while I am not a mess. And I brought tweezers in to use to pick out the flakes and try and get them sort of where I want them, and I want the purple ink. So we're all set. So I might do these other ones off air depending on how this goes. All right, so let's I don't know why I'm scared of this. I just am. I just pour to the 1. This is the resin. Kind of thinking that I have to only fill it part way, so, and put the sprinkles in and then put more on or something. I really don't know. I don't, you know, I'm not even on camera, but the bottle is kind of giving me a hard. It has a red cap tucked into the bottle. All right, this is the hardener, and I think I have to work pretty fast. Okay. All right, let me get a paper towel. All right, and put that red thing back in. I'm assuming that is there for good reason, like to help keep it from drying out or hardening. Alright, so let's stir that really well. Now see, it is going to have some bubbles in my end frame. Yeah, let's move these out so I can move back a little bit. And this, what I have here is a piece of like contact paper stuff without the backing removed from Dollar Tree. And it's kind of nice because you can wipe it clean from most things, but if I ruin it, I'm not terribly concerned about it. And I have another one. It's nice for working with ink, and just even glue wipes up with a baby wipe or a wet cloth. I don't know how long I have to stir it. I guess just till I think it looks like it's mixed. But it feels like it's hardening already. I am going to go ahead and pour it in this mold. And try and get it around that pole. Actually, you know what? Let me get the ink. I hope that'll work. And we'll just do that and stir that around. So this is an experiment. And I'm hoping it turns out okay. I don't know about the ink in there. Maybe I should have mixed that in with the cup, but it's okay because it is an experiment. Yeah, I kind of like that actually for a Halloween-y kind of thing. Well, let's go ahead and put some sprinkles and stuff in there. Oops. Maybe these tweezers weren't the best idea. And then I think we'll pour more resin on top. Is that how you would do it? Let me know. Because the art resin bottles have no instructions. And yeah, other than I know you have to mix them. I'm going to stir them around a little bit too. You know, the orange isn't really going to show too well, but it's alright. This is a first try. So we shall see how it goes. It does have a little bit of an odor, but it says it's no VOCs or COVs, whatever that is, and BPA, no BPA. So I think that's a good thing. Okay, let's pour till we fill. Oh, we'll have to stir again, I see. Alright, we might put more sparklies on because I'm not sure they're going to really show. Maybe it's the ink with it that's smelling, because I don't think I smelled it right away when, and I don't know, this is slightly below the, I'm going to use the silver because I don't think the orange showed up in the purple too well. Right, sort of a swirly purple thing. I think I have to let that sit for 24 hours. So I'm just going to wipe this edge off here. Since I have a little bit more in the cup, we're going to set that aside and start another one. And let's see, let's do this one without any ink. Alright, and these I'm going to use clear with these little pots. Blue, light blue, green, and dark blue. Maybe got that other one just a tad too full. All right, let's go ahead and, oops, see, I did get resin on there. Okay, let's go ahead and, starting at the top because I want to make sure it goes behind that thing. Can you reuse these cups, do you know? Can you rinse these out and reuse them, or is it best to toss them? There was a bubble, so I got that out. All right. And they were using heat to get bubbles out, but I don't want to do that with the silicone molds. I don't know. But they were using it on large, they being Art Resin Company on YouTube, their videos on YouTube. All right. Let's see if we can get a few more light blue in here. The dark blue is really pretty. I don't think I'm even going to stir that. I'm just going to, a little more dark blue. I'm just going to make a little bit more resin, like a half one, and pick up, I put these pieces in there too, if I can get them with my rubber gloves. Okay. To fill it the rest of the way. So let's just do that. Alright, I mixed it and I already poured it into this on top, the things. I'm going to pour the rest, I mixed the whole thing. I'm going to pour the rest into this ornament. Why not? But I think instead of putting sparkles in this to start, we are going to, I need a piece of paper towel again. We are going to just put some polka dots of red ink on there and see what happens. It looks really dark. It has the measles. Maybe we will put some sprinkles in between. I'm not going to stir them because I want them to look like polka dots, hopefully. Let's put a little bit of green sparkles in here in between. Well, or wherever they will go. It does look like the ink is sinking down into the resin. So that's good. That's what I kind of wanted, like a saturated polka dot. With some sparkles. Oops. Get off of there. There. And a few more over here, I think. Keeps wanting to go on that. I got that one too close to the edge, I think. Alright, let me wipe these off. And see if I can pick that piece up. That part doesn't always work, me picking them up. I'm gonna... actually, I do want a few red ones in there. I think if I can get that jar open. There it goes. Just, the pots are so little and my fingers in these gloves don't want to open them well. It looks a little bit to be like the purple one for the Tombstone. The ink is separating away from the wall of the... I keep forgetting that little post is there, which is, you need it to get these out, right? This is my first time, like I said, playing with resin. And all I'm going to do is fill that the rest of the way up now. And then, when these are dry or set, which I'm assuming is 24 hours minimum, I will come back and show you how they turned out and whether I can get them out of the molds easily or not. because I think that's kind of the big thing, right? Let's see if I can get these couple in, even though they'll not be in deep. Make sure I don't have any bubbles. That's key, I know. I think I have a couple bubbles. I can't tell if they're bubbles or if they're the sprinkles, the sparkly stuff. Let's put a little, move these around a little bit to get the sparkles in there further. All right, I think that's all I'm going to do, and that's it. So I'll come back. Let me check. Let me look at this one. I think I see a bubble right there. That's not a bubble. That's a glitter. And this one, I don't know if you can see over here, the ink is like separated a little bit, but I can feel that one drying along the edges. So I'm gonna let it go. It looks a little clear along the edges, but maybe it should. I don't know. Well, again, I have a little resin left. I don't want to move these much. And I'm at my card making desk actually, so I'm going to, let's go ahead and do this. Let me see if I can get these picked up with the tweezers and put them in the star. I mean the ornament. I think maybe I'd use different glitter, maybe. Like finer glitter, maybe that would be fun, like sparkly glitter instead of nail stuff. But I don't know. We'll see. This came in the kit, and it's an experiment, so yeah, we're gonna go with it. All right, let's do this one. The star. And I'm just gonna put some gold glitters in it, and I think this is enough to fill this, and then that's it. So I will stir the gold. See, it looks like it's setting already a little bit. Okay, let me put that in there, and where's my pot of gold? Gold and silver is what I wanted for this one, assuming I can get the pot open again. Oh my goodness, wow. So this is kind of fun, making ornaments and such. I hope they turn out sort of decent anyway. And I'm not really concerned where I put this because I'm going to stir it all in. Oops. And I guess it depends on what kind of resin you use, but I think most resin other than UV resin, you have to let it sit for like at least 24 hours, I'm guessing. It seems like it would need that long because this is pretty thick. I think when you use it on top of surface, like to coat, you know, I could have used those wooden pieces. I could have used this to coat them. I may still on the outside. You can put this resin over your other artwork and spread it in a thin layer. They show that on their channel. And I don't know if that's different than what other resins can do or not. I really don't. Okay, that's enough. I probably overdid it. I'm trying to get these pieces I spilled up, but there we go. I got that one, and here I have one on my tweezers. Okay, I'm going to stir them in as best I can, because the star is really quite full. Quite full. Let's get some over here. So I basically used, what was that, 2 pots of resin. I put it up. There's a 1 halfway up, and then the 2 with the hardener, the resin to the 1, and then the hardener to the 2. And we'll see how that. I'm trying to also make sure they're kind of down in, because I don't want them right at the top, or it might not. I don't know if it'll seal them in right or if it'll create a bubble. So that looks pretty good to me. There we go. I'll come back when these are dry and we'll try and take them out of the molds together. Hi everyone, I'm back. It's Deb, and I let these pieces sit for 2 days rather than one, not intentionally, but it worked out that way. And this one actually feels sticky still, so I'm going to let that actually sit another day. This one feels pretty good, a little bit sticky. This one is the most dry, it feels like to me, and this one isn't too bad either. So we're going to start with this one and try. I already just went like this, and it appears to pull apart from the resin pretty easily. So let's see if we can pop this out. They're very thick. I'm most concerned about up here at the at this little pole piece and whether that will pop out. I don't know about that without breaking it. So let's, oh, there it goes. Look at that. Now it does have, maybe I filled it too much or not enough. It has a little ledge on here, but I think I might let it sit. See, it's a little sticky at the top there. I might let it sit for like another day, just laying loose out here, but look how clean that came out. So the molds are definitely good. Now on a couple of them, like the star, I added some Nuvo sparkle dust. It just says adds luminous sparkle after I did the other part of the video, and you can see it here. It didn't really mix in super well, but I just felt like I needed something else. So let's try the star too. Oh, how wonderful is this? They're nice, and look how thick they are. They're like a little over a 1/4 inch thick, I think. But they are coming out pretty easy. And then the pole, you kind of have to push from the top, and the hole, I mean, pull from the bottom. And that came out nicely too. It's a little bit, I don't know how to put it. It's got like ridges on the one side. Can you see it? Ripples. That's kind of weird. It got ripples on the bottom. Oh, you know what? I think it's from putting these flakes in. Maybe I shouldn't have stirred it so much there. But this then would be the back, and again, it has a little bit of ridge on it. So I don't know if I'm filling them right to the top, and they're still getting a little ledge when it settles. That might be the resin. So the bottom, when you pull it out, is actually the front of the piece. But I really think that's cool, and you can see the orange in it. And the ink worked pretty well. Stirring it in, I have a few little shadowy spots, but it's not bad. And I think I can take a nail file once I'm completely satisfied it's not sticky anymore and file the edge off, maybe. I also have a Dremel tool. Maybe that would work. Just you know, going around the edges a little bit. Let's see if we can get this one out too. This one is a little bit stickier than the others. They're not bad, but this one I'm going to let sit because this one definitely still feels a little sticky. I'm not sure why. It was one of the first I poured, so I don't know. I believe this ornament was the last one, wasn't it? Or midnight? I don't know. I don't remember, actually. But they were all done at the, you know, basically the same time. Now this one I had put drops of ink. Oh, and the ink, look at that. The ink didn't dry. Oh my goodness. It just bled under there. So I guess I don't recommend using ink, because that'll happen. Huh. Isn't that weird? one of the ink dots just stayed wet in there. Really weird. Yeah, I didn't expect that to happen, that the ink wouldn't dry. This one's sort of curved. Oh, and this one also I put, in addition to the ink, which you saw me do, I added some red tinsel Ranger embossing powder that I had in my stash. Boy, that was a mess, huh? So I guess I don't recommend putting ink in if you're not going to stir it. Like this one, I stirred it in and it's fine. I really like that one. I'm happy that that turned out that way. This one, we have a little ledge right here of the resin, and that's on the yeah, that's on the side where it was up. But it turned out pretty good. It just has a little extra little piece. I don't know if you can see it right here. Turned out pretty good, except for whichever ink that was. I think it was right here. Bled out a little bit. So the resin, the ink went and the resin didn't go under, stay under it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Oh, I have to get rid of that. My hands are now a disaster. So those are three. This one I'm going to let sit, but I think it's going to probably be about the same. So I'm very happy with these molds. They came out really well, easily, and yeah, you can, and you get so many of them in the package from PandaHall Selected. I still have two different circles, and like scalloped and not scalloped. Let me just show you again. I have, you know what, and I thought I was using tweezers to do the sparkles. I think that's what these tubes are for, to suction those little pieces up. Thought about that later. I have this hexagon, I have scalloped oval, a regular circle, a hexagon with a open center, another star with an open center. That'll be pretty. Another scallop, and some hearts, 2 hearts. So those would be pretty for Valentine's Day, but I would probably add red ink and swirl it in. I think that one is really pretty, and I think it'll be a cute tombstone for Halloween. What do you think? And the hole is a nice size to put a ribbon through, or like any kind of trim. Why can't I open this? There we go. Like, for example, a purple, that's the wrong shade, but you know, this is 1/8 inch trim, but I think up to like a 1/4 inch ribbon would fit through, or you know, something like a thick twine would go through nicely. I have some gold and silver trim that would work really well with these. So anyway, I'm very pleased with the PandaHall Selected molds. This was my first play ever with resin, and I think I did pretty good for my first try. I might have to watch some more videos on using resin and silicone molds, because I do have a lip on here. Now that'll be the back, but I don't know why this one got ripply, unless it has to do with the way the flakes are. I don't know. That's weird. That's the only one that got ripply. That was the star, and it doesn't look ripply in here, so I'm not sure. Maybe that might have been the bottom of the pot after I poured this one. I think I did the star second, and it might have been already starting to harden a little bit, and that's why it got ripply. I don't know. So that one has a little bit of the white, and this one has some red embossing powder in. Those seem to be okay. I'm not, yeah, here's the one where it had like an ink bubble, and it just stayed wet and poured out when I pulled it out. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. So now that has like a ink hole there, which I keep rubbing all over my fingers. Yeah, it's coming right out of that one right there. Huh. Weird. The other ones are okay. It's just like the resin, when that ink went in, it didn't stay within the resin for some reason at all. It made a hole there and all the ink just came out. Anyway, you got the idea. So don't do polka dots with ink. Do them with sparkles or something. But still, it's pretty. I might have to just color with a marker inside that little hole. Nobody will ever know. But I need to check and make sure these other ones aren't going to like burst open or something too. Yeah, that one too. That one is also a hole. Huh. Don't use ink for polka dots. Okay. Lesson learned. This one, I don't know why it got ripply. I think it was the resin though, not the mold, because the mold doesn't look like that. I love this one. It just has a little bit of a lip and it's a little bit tacky at the top. So if you're using art resin, the 2-part, these are thick molds. I'm going to recommend 3 days sitting because this one is definitely still tacky. I don't even want to try it. And this one is just a little tacky up here at the top. You know, tacky to touch. And this one is not. This one is a little bit tacky too. Not a lot though. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. You can get this whole set. I'll put the product link down below and the store link for PandaHall Selected. There's a coupon code down below. And you know, I've done the wood earrings. Let me bring those over. If I can. Without dropping them off. Hang on. The wood pieces that I used for earrings. And here are the pieces I made. And the flowers were also PandaHall Selected. I still want to use them some more for some other projects, but I won't be doing that as a PandaHall official video. And these I still need to take outside and spray, and now it's turned cold here, and I don't know. You know, now so I learned that I could put a thin layer of that art resin on too, but I'm not going to do that. I'll take them outside and seal them, and I still have to make earrings with these. So yeah, those are my PandaHall Selected items. I got some different things I don't usually use, with the exception of these little bellflowers. So first time with resin, and first time with these wood pieces that are meant for heat transfer, but I painted and decoupaged them. That was a separate video. I will put a link to the playlist in the at the end, which will have the unboxing, the making of the wood pieces, and then of course this one in it. So I hope you enjoyed. Please do go check out PandaHall Selected, which is a subset on the PandaHall website, and see what you can find. They have lots of fun things, lots of pretty things. I usually just do beading, and I decided to branch out and try something different. And I only used 4 out of the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different molds that you get. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Oh, wait. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11 different molds. I forgot the hearts. This is a really cute heart too. It has that little dippy tail. Anyway, thanks so much for watching again. Bye.